is the way that you left me, side by side in your car in the backseat, wide awake.
Hey happy homemakers, welcome back to my channel. Today's video I am finally tackling my bathroom organization that I have been putting off since we moved in. I have been putting this off basically since April, but I really want to get all of this organized. For now, I think I'm going to leave our extra toilet paper and paper towels up there because I don't think that I will need those shelves for now, but I want to get these bottom 3 or 4 shelves how I want them, like sort through and see what I want in the little plastic containers and bins and all of that. And then I also want to get this area where I don't have so much on our countertops and get underneath the cabinets organized. So this is what I have been putting off. And so I'm just going to pull everything out. I even have that still from our beach vacation with toiletries in it that I need to clean out. But yeah, go ahead and get started on whatever project you've been putting off and let's clean together.
Who am I that the maker of heaven would love me and know me by name? In a world where I feel like a stranger, his love came and found me the same. In each breath that I breathe, when I wake or I sleep, everything I need is found in you. All in you, everything I need is found in you, found in you, Jesus.
So I'm always surprised every time how you guys cannot see the dirt and grime. You can see it a little bit on here, but my camera was having a lot of focus issues on this day. But also, for whatever reason, when something's white, it just doesn't show up on camera. You think it would be the opposite, but it's not. So what I was doing here was I was just taking my Jaws multi-purpose cleaner and spraying down the shelves and just wiping out any dirt and grime.
In each breath that I breathe, when I wake or I sleep, everything
So I wanted to do this little part on camera because normally the colored liquid comes out when I do a refill and it looks so pretty, but the pink color is so like light that I couldn't really get a good picture on there for you guys, but it's so aesthetically pleasing whenever you can get that colored liquid coming out, but it was kind of a fail on this day. So then I moved on to wiping out the cabinets under the sink.
Everything I need is found in you, found in you, Jesus, when I'm lost.
After this, one of my girls started complaining of a stomach ache, and it was right after I, of course, had pulled everything out, made a huge mess. This is what it was looking like, and I ended up not getting back to this project for hours, such as mom life, right? So you guys will see an outfit change. It is the same day, but it was hours later. At this point, basically my husband was about to come home, so ended up doing most of this after he got home from work on this day because I was just determined that I was going to do it. I had already pulled it all out, and so you will see the girls running a few times and he kind of shoos them out and helps me kind of get this taken care of. But by the time my husband had walked through the door, I probably had only been working on it for another 15 or 20 minutes, but I was actually finally feeling like I was on a roll. I was finally over the slump of like, I don't want to do this. The whole time I was pulling everything out, I was like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. And I just kept telling myself, you're going to do this. I know I talk about this a lot in my videos, but it's something I struggle with, and I'm sure a lot of other people struggle with it as well. And that's just procrastination on projects that I really don't want to do. But I do know now how amazing I feel when I finish these decluttering and organizational projects in my house, and they really just seriously hang over my head until I get them done. And when I finally get them done, I feel so accomplished. I feel so good every time I walk in that space. Even though you guys will see at the end, it's not perfect. Nothing I do is ever really super aesthetic or perfect, but it's functional, and that's the key. So if it can look pretty and functional at the same time, even better. But sometimes it's more functional than pretty.
Yeah, it's a hot day. I'm hanging in the sunshine. You should hit me with the splash gun so I cool down. Won't you come on over? We can party till the sun's
So just random side note, if my skin looks crazy sunburnt on your screen, I'm not sure what's going on. It's something either with the lighting or screen calibration, because this looked totally normal on my computer, but then when I put it on my TV, I look like crazy sunburnt. So don't worry, not sunburnt, just some kind of weird lighting thing that I have to figure out for future videos.
It's just another Friday in paradise.
As you guys can tell, I've slowly kind of collected mostly white and clear things over the years because that's what I find pretty. The gray containers you see me using in here, I actually had found, but they were really like expensive containers that I've seen it at home that are like, I don't know, $5-10 a piece, and someone was throwing them out by their trash. So in the neighborhood where we were renting, they had a bulk trash day, and that's the day where people would put out stuff that didn't fit in their trash cans, and people knew that pickers come, so people actually purposely put things out at the road for other people to take that they thought were too nice to throw away. So I got these during that time. I even have some white Corning dishes that I got from one of those situations where people had just put them at the road. Look, there is no shame in this game, okay? You can wash those babies up and they're good as new. At this point, I was just putting everything in piles. I was also cleaning dirt and grime out of these containers, and you can't see it. They were full of hair and full of dirt, but once again, the camera was not picking it up. So anyway, yeah, that's where we're at this point.
If you're looking for some crazy, I'll tell you everybody's standing out of line for the water slide. You can come on over.
I'm actually thinking that this kind of stuff might get lost, like the hair ties and stuff in here, so I might just leave it at this type of stuff, and then take like the hair ties and the bobby pins and the clips that I have some over there for the girls, and put those maybe in something like this, in a pull-out drawer, something like this is easily accessible. Obviously I'm just gonna play around with everything until I get it how I like it, but that's what I'm thinking right now. So this is just gonna be in the front right here, and then I'll probably put like my monthly products and stuff behind it.
I can't tell what's wrong or right. Should I go without saying goodbye? All I know is I need to be somewhere else to set me free. I don't know what to do now. Need to figure it out, but I don't know how. I hope the wind will carry me and take me away to where I should be. I don't know where I belong, but I keep on searching for my home. There's a hunger in my soul, makes me keep on trying, holding on. Take me all the way, all the way. Take me all the way, and I keep on searching for my home.
This looks nice. I have room on top of here for something else if I want, but for now we have hair products in this one on the right, feminine products in the middle, and then I have jewelry in the bottom drawer. I'm gonna show you guys. Extra razor heads and some jewelry, which I can probably condense that a little bit more. It's kind of random to put that together, but then deodorant and body sprays, perfumes. hair ties and clips for the girls, and also this little wedding spray. And this stuff, I don't know if I've ever shared this with you guys before, but it is amazing. It gets all those little baby hairs. It's called Finishing Hair Cream. And it used to be $5, but I think it went up to like, oh, my thing is not liking me today. Anyway, it went up to like $7, but it is still worth every penny. We buy one of these probably every 3 months or so and use this every time we fix the girls' hair to go out anywhere because of all the little baby hairs. It just smooths them back. It's got like a mascara wand on here. Anyway, we love that stuff. So hairbrushes and stuff down the front. Their detangling sprays, that's stuff I use every single day with the girls. And then all of my styling products in the back. And then I have room back there. You can see that hair growth serum that I'm hopefully eventually gonna start using. I have all that space back there. So I could definitely put any like overstock. And I could, if I pulled this forward, I have a good bit of room left in the back if I needed to put anything else back there. But this is it for now. I'm sure I'll end up adding something in here later. There's a few things in here that I'd probably put in the laundry room, like hydrogen peroxide and alcohol, because that's where I would look for that. Technically, you would think medicine cabinet, but for some reason I think laundry room whenever I go to look for it. Okay, so I will put our extra hand soaps back behind here, since I know we're gonna have room in the back here. Extra contacts.
I was surprised.
These are all those little tiny tubes of toothpaste that your dentist gives you in the little crummy floss that hurts. That's what's all in here. So I'm actually just gonna keep this as a dental overflow. I'm gonna go ahead and throw everything else in here that's extras. Toothpaste, extra toothbrushes. I like to keep extra toothbrushes like what the dentist gives us, and have those on hand when we have guests and maybe they forgot their toothbrush. It's come in handy so many times where a guest didn't have to run out and get a toothbrush because I had an extra. So I love keeping all the ones from the dentist for that, because we have like our Sonicare or our spin brushes, so we don't really use these. We'll use them for travel every now and then, but for the most part I keep these for guests. Stick all those in there. Again, I have quite a few of the little individual toothpaste, and I give those to guests as well. But a lot of times we'll end up taking a full tube of toothpaste on our trip, and so we don't even bring these little ones. So I don't know, but probably should just start handing them out to guests when they come in so that they get used to it. We have some brand new loofahs. I have a few things in here that never got pulled out when we moved. And this is the perfect spot on top of here for this little mirror. Got this little bucket of trash. I'm just gonna put this in the sink. I've been putting this off for so long, but there is nothing better than being organized. I already know this is gonna make my life easier. We're always running back and forth between my bathroom and the girls' bathroom. Like, where are their hairbrushes? We try to keep it in their bathroom, but we always fix their hair in our bathroom. So we end up not knowing which one it's at and then where they put it. So I'm just gonna tell them, it goes in my bathroom in this spot from now on, and it's gonna make life so much simpler. You never realize how much extra overflow product you have until you do something like this. Okay, I'm just gonna keep moving things that don't have a home yet into this basket for the time being. This I need to put in the laundry room as well, because I got this to bring with us to the beach. Fortunately, we didn't need it, but I wanna know where it is if I need it in the future. These are products that I need to make sure I'm using.
Open up the heavens, come rain down your presence. Jesus, come, inhabit the praise of the sinner and saint. Jesus, come,
there ended up being so much dirt and dust in this sink from all of the items that I had pulled off the shelves and out of the cabinets. And so that's why you see me wiping out the sink here. And then I also had these containers that I used in the old house for like Q-tips and cotton swabs and, well, that is the same thing. What do you call the round ones? Cotton balls, yeah, and stuff like that. And they were full of dust. I started trying to rinse them out, but they have been in storage, since we moved to the other house. Like, ended up throwing those in the dishwasher to wash, and I was going to fill them up later. I had a quick question for all you stay-at-home moms who now have all your kids like in school. And basically my question is about balance. So this summer, I've really been trying to focus on having more balance in my life with being able to have times for my hobbies like YouTube, all the house cleaning, but still like spending quality time with my kids in the summer when they're here all day, every day. And I'm really curious to know, does that get easier when they go to school? Because all this time I've been thinking, okay, once they're in school, I can just make sure that every time they're home, I'm 100% giving my time to them and I'm doing housework that they're not helping me with and stuff. Like, for the most part, when they're not here, prep as much as I can. So in the mornings, I can make it all about them, but making that actually focusing on them and making it quality time, even though we're doing things that have to be done, like doing their hair and stuff like that, having our, in conversations and all of that, which I did find last year on the ride to and from school, when I made a point to actually, pursue conversations with my kids rather than listening to something on the radio. It really did make a huge difference. Anyway, I'm starting to ramble, but my question is, when all your kids are in school full time, which I have another year before that happens, but is it easier to find balance, or does it just get more difficult because there's other things going on? Because I've started to already realize, like, there is so much stuff already. I mean, I am really concentrating on not letting our life just fill up with extracurriculars and something that's on top of mine. I think I've mentioned this in other videos, is like very conscious of like not being a family that is always constantly on the run from one activity to the next. Like, that's very important to me. What I'm trying to say is, like, I already see where we want to have them at least in one sport. So I'm like, okay, well, there's this other thing going on. And then if we're planning on putting them in soccer this fall, and I don't know, is it easier to actually strike up that balance and find a good balance whenever they're in school? You guys let me know if you've been there, because I'm just always concerned that I'm spending enough quality time with my kids. And I think all moms kind of go through that. And I try to balance what is like unnecessary mom guilt and what is like conviction from the Lord and the Holy Spirit. Because, the society will tell you that you should not listen to the mom guilt, make time for yourself, make yourself a priority, blah, blah, blah. And yes, you should be taking care of your everyday basic needs. But at the end of the day, sometimes what we would call mom guilt is actually the conviction of the Holy Spirit telling us, hey, you need to make your kids a priority. Like, you don't need to be putting yourself first. You're a mom. Being a mom is a sacrifice. It is a sacrificial act. There's a lot of things that you do. Most of your life is not about yourself, which is good. We shouldn't make our whole life about ourselves, because that's an empty existence. But before I get off on that tangent, I just want to say that I try to be aware of when is it mom guilt and when is this conviction of the Holy Spirit that I need to listen to, that, hey, you are spending a little too much time on your hobbies. And I do typically wake up like 2 or 3 hours before my kids so that I can spend that time working on YouTube, but I have a hard time stopping. And this channel is not nearly as time consuming as the second channel I started, which is a history podcast, a history and hearsay, just because that one is so research heavy. But anyway, yeah, you guys have any advice for me, let me know. Let me know how it goes when you go back to school, and especially those of you who have a Christian worldview, and so we see things a little differently. Let me know. I would really appreciate it. So my lashes, I just need to put those in a container. Still haven't found anything to use this for. I got this from, I just thought it was going to be a great, was it Target? Yeah, it was like months ago. I got it at Target for like $5 in the dollar spot section. And I thought it looked like a good idea, but that middle one in the middle makes it not work for anything. So curious what you guys would put in here if you were me, because I've been trying to find some way to use this, because I love these kind of turntables. It's a really nice one. It just, nothing that I have has worked in it so far that I've tried. So I'm going to maybe try it in the pantry again. See if I can come up with this. So I just need to find a bucket for that. I'm washing the containers for my cotton swabs and Q-tips and all of that. And then I just have a few more things to kind of find a home for. Those 2 buckets are empty now, so I'm going to use those in my closet. And then I have a few things like calamine lotion and stuff that probably needs to go in the laundry room. And then few more empty buckets up there. So we're just gonna basically straighten up, have a few more things to put away, and then I will be done with this project. And I already feel so much better about it. It really didn't take that long. I was dreading this so much. Even while I was doing it, I was dreading it. I don't know what it is. Sometimes these projects just feel so overwhelming, and they're really not that bad most of the time.
Hey, I hope you're doing well. I know it's been a while, but you're still in my head. I wonder if you think about me now and then, like I do right now about you. I wish it didn't have to end, but life is what it is and I will try to mend. Though I'm kinda hoping that you feel the same as I do right now, right now. Tell me now, cause I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I just wanna be right next to you. Even though I try to get you off my mind, you know that I'm thinking about you all the time. Like when we were driving in our car, looking at the stars, made us stop at every bar we found. I can see us like a movie in my head. I only wish I didn't have to watch the end. I try to focus on a different part, like when you play guitar, always singing me that song from Friends. Is this how it's supposed to be? Cause breaking up with you has got the best of me. I just wanna live inside my memories, so I'll be with you, with you.
Okay, so I have nothing else up here except these extra loofahs, and this is gonna be all open for towels. This I need to restock. This stuff's going in the closet. This is going in other rooms of the house. Same thing with this. My camera battery is dying, so I'm gonna call it a day. So I'm gonna finish all this off camera really quickly, but this is how this turned out, and it feels nice because it doesn't look aesthetically pleasing, but I know where everything is now, and I feel great about that. And all the things that don't belong in here are not in here anymore. So thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope that you got a little bit of motivation, organization, decluttering motivation, cleaning motivation for your day, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Bye.